Alright, I want to talk today about uncovering the calorie deception. And I'm going to ask for your help here on this video as well. So, for the last 3 years, very systematically, I've been logging in all of my food. Every ounce of my food. I originally had used MyFitnessPal, then I went to lose it, and then back to MyFitnessPal again. So in this, I have record of all the food I've eaten and the total calories and macros, nutrients that I've been eating daily for the last 3 years. So let's just share a story about what happened. Originally, I was eating at a very low deficit. So let's say when I started logging my food, 2014, I thought that I had to really eat low to lose fat. So I would starve myself as low as like 1,200 calories a day. Couldn't get lean. I'd end up gorging on the weekends and answering a question for a gentleman who asked me. He says, why couldn't you get lean when you're having 1,200 calories? And to just really quick answer that is because, first of all, on the weekends, I would gorge myself on Sunday and I would eat an unmeasurable amount of food. Second, I had already reached my set point, so my body fat wasn't going to go down any lower without a change in insulin levels, okay? Since I started following Kinobody and the Greek God program and learning about like macronutrients and ideally, and I've been very strategic about logging my food in. And in the beginning, for the first year, I was like on point every day. Like I knew my exact. I mean, I would never go over. I knew I was very strict on it. More recently, I'm actually eating more food, and I'm going to go through some numbers with you of what my total calories are at for the last 7 days. And I'm not putting on fat, and I'm not working out any more than I've usually been. I'm actually working out less active than I used to be, but I'm still staying lean and shredded. How is this possible? I'm not saying I don't even know, I don't even have the exact answer to this. I need your help as to how. Okay, I have an idea how, but I don't know 100% why. For the last 7 days, let me read this to you. Monday, yesterday was a low day. I had 20.21. Sunday, I had 34.70. Saturday, I had 41.97. Friday, I had 30.62. Thursday, I had 27.55. Wednesday, I had 30.93. Tuesday, I had 30.23 with an overall average of 31.03 for the entire week. So 3,103 calories for the entire week. Maintenance is going to be 15 calories per pound of body weight. I'm 155 pounds, so you figure that's going to be a 2,355 calorie maintenance. But I'm eating on average daily, no method to it, just kind of whatever I eat and I log it. That's it. I'm eating on average 31.03, but maintenance is 23.55. So I'm 700 calories, almost 750 calories over maintenance on average. On a high day, 41.97. How in the heck can I stay lean by doing this? Leave a comment below. How is it possible? How can I stay lean if I'm eating in such a surplus without strategy involved? How? I honestly, I would like to know how I'm doing this. And it's not a riddle. I'm not like, oh, not a challenge. I have an idea how, but how do you think it's possible? I'd like to know, because I think we can help a lot of other people if we can uncover exactly why I'm able to stay lean with eating this much food and less exercise than I normally would. Leave a comment below. Tell me how. It's a great day. Coming at you. Right there, as I was ending that shot right there, I went in here on Market Street, and I got stopped by this place. One more thing, by this place called OroGold. OroGold, never heard of it before. Good salesman though, and they stopped me. They're like, hey, it's just a great sales pitch, so I had to stop and listen. And they rubbed some cream on my eyes. It's not Botox, it's cream on my eyes. So if you could see my eyes, I want to see if it, before and after the video, if you could see if it looks any different or not. I didn't really see a difference, but I could be wrong. He says it looks different. I didn't see much of a difference. Did it look like I have a lot of wrinkles before? I don't think so, but he said it does. Do you see a difference? That was the thing. I have no idea if it's any good, but it's expensive. He said $400 for the product. I said, well, that's kind of expensive, guys. So I thought I would tell you that's what's up, man. I don't use any creams or Botox or products ever, really. I have just, only thing I've ever really used is just oil. Like I use a jojoba oil and I use apricot oil mix, put it on my moisturizer after I shave. That's it. So this is, I just thought I would ask you, man, is that freaking do it? One more thing. Shout out to Scotty. He's a young guy that had a lot of questions on like his journey about eliminating love handles and like what he can do to like really drop love handles. And I feel like as a brand new person who's first like coming onto this information, what I'm maybe talking about needs to be simple, like brought down to the basics. And I have updated a video that one of the first videos I made when I first kind of like broke through in the way of getting ripped. And the first like videos first talks that I did about this, when I finally cracked it, I finally figured it out, and I was like, dude, I did it. And I did a long talk. It's like a 10 or a 15-minute video. But on that video, I put a transformational picture. A lot of guys ask me like, Joe, what's your transformational? And I've been hesitant to put that out there. Honestly, it's a really dark place in my life, I feel like, and I've been kind of almost scared to do it, but I feel like I faced my fears now and I did it. And I'll put out more as well, but I kind of hid it on this video. I did a hidden transformational picture on the very cover of the video, okay? So check it out. I'm gonna put it right here. And the title of the video is like how I went from 15 to 10% body fat with intermittent fasting. And it's a thorough, straight up talk, walking around out in my backyard, just breaking the whole thing down. Talking from the heart, kind of like talking openly and freely, unedited. There's not one edit in the video. I think you really like it a lot. So the guys they like that non-edited style. It's just completely live shot and taken. So check it out. Be sure to like, comment here below about how in the world I'm able to stay lean by eating in such a surplus, and subscribe. Boom, down here.
Okay, you are like again. Like again.
But I wanted to give a shout out to Krieger. He left a comment on my video about how I found the secret, how I found the secret to not growing older. And what he said was he was skeptical about the liver flush. And yeah, he had good reason to be. He said that, he thought there was soapstones that were coming out of the liver and the green from the olive oil and the Epsom salt and the grapefruit juice. So I made a long post. I wrote like a very, very long post. Spent a long time writing it, thinking about it, and I wrote a long post and explaining it, and very empathetic, because I am a person who understands and empathizes with skeptics, because you'll have to read the post. It's a very complex topic on why I'm not a skeptic, because I only listen to people who have what I want. They haven't achieved the results I want. I'm not going to listen, so I don't need to be skeptical. If they've achieved the results I want, then I want to listen, right? Black and white, that's it. So there's no gray areas, this, that. So I empathize with the skeptic because they haven't had that training that I have had, and I empathize. So I wrote a long post, and then he comes back and he says, Krieger, shout out to you, he says that he had gone to a naturopathic doctor years ago, and the naturopathic doctor told him that he had an angry liver. And it resonated with him after I wrote that post. He said that the post kind of like was along the same lines as to what the naturopathic doctor had told him. And so now Krieger opened up his mind, his skeptic mind, and he said that he's willing to give it a shot and see for himself and see if it actually is any good or not. So I'll tell you, man, I just want to congratulate you, Krieger, for being open-minded on that. That's a pretty amazing feeling, to open your mind and let go of skepticism. Because one last thing on skepticism, this is no age for a skeptic. We conquered the air, the sea, we conquered the internet waves. We have cell phones, that were not even imaginable 50 years ago. In Star Trek, they had these big goofy things that were the size of supposed to be a cell phone. That was as good as it got. Now we're pretty much, what's next? Telepathy? I mean, there's so many things. We've got artificial intelligence happening now. I mean, it's like there's so many things. There's no really any room for skepticism anymore. Anything is possible. They got artificial intelligence. There's possibly a train going from New York to Los Angeles underground, traveling hundreds, if not even thousands of miles an hour. You can read about that under Rand. Rand actually published an article about it in 1971 saying they were building that train. So there's really no room left for skepticism at this point. I do empathize with skeptics, but this video has gone on long enough. Thank you, Krieger, for opening your mind. Done.